happy Teachers Day to all of my teachers and friends. So on this Teachers Day, I will explain about one topic that is called mixed design. So it is included in the subjects of concrete technology and building materials. So what is mixed design? Have you heard about mixed design? No. So I will tell. Let me tell. So mixed design is nothing but the selection of the ingredients in correct proportion and preparation of liquid grade. Have you know about grade? Any idea? Do you know about the grade of cement? There are three types of cement. First one is 53 grades. Second one is 43 grade and 33 grade. 33 grade is fully eliminated to the market because it is nowadays not used in market. And 43 grade it is used for plastering work. And 53 grade when the floors will be more will go for 53 grade. So you know what about mixed design? It is the selection process of material in correct proportion, correct manner. So there are two types of mixed design. First one is nominal mix or standard mix, and second one is design mix. So what is nominal mix? Nominal mix is nothing but it is based upon the experience of an engineer he used to some materials into the construction. So how will use? By using the gauge box, the materials will be measured, and it is in this design of mix we will use up to M20 grade of cement. So you know what about M20 grade of concrete. So M20 grade means what? M20 means what? M20 means mix. M20 here represents mix, and 20 is the characteristic strength of concrete mix after 28 days. So here we will use up to M20 grade of concrete. So here the wastage of material will be more. How? Because as I tell it will be based upon the experience of the engineer. They will see the sites of a building or a construction, and simply they will put some amount of cement, sand, fine aggregate, coarse aggregate, etc. all, and water also they will add, and they will mix. In this process the quantity of water may be more. In that time they will add some of cement, sand, fine aggregate or coarse aggregate. In that time the materials will be wasted, which will be not used in the construction. So the water cannot be controlled in this method, because in this method the amount of materials will not be by correct manner. So it will be by assumptions. So it is little bit not economical. And design mix, we can say design mix is specified of grade provided by the engineer, because engineer will first see the construction, then design the amount of materials which will be required. So for that it is normally used for RCC works and the high load structures. When we will go for high load structures, we will not use nominal mix, we will use for design mix, because nominal mix means it is not correct proportion. Design mix means we have to design by that structures of load, the load of that structure. So the wastage of material will be less in this design mix, because everything will be calculated, everything will be designed in this process, and it is in this process the material or the concrete grade which will be used above 20 M20, and but a nominal mix it will be up to M20. So the measuring of materials in this process will be by digital manner, means how much cement is required. 2 kg cement is required, means 2 kg only will be used for mixing up. 3 kg to 1 kg sand is required, means 1 kg sand only used for that mix up. How much water will be required, that much water only will be used in this process. That's why all will be in digital manner, so wastage will be very less in this process compared to nominal mix. So water also will be controlled in this process. So when we compare both of this process, nominal mix and mix design, the design mix is very economical compared to nominal mix. Okay. Now the factor which is affecting the choice of mix design, that are all compressive strength, workability, durability, maximum nominal size of aggregate, then grading and types of aggregate, then quality control. So what is compressive strength? Means how the compressive strength will affect to the mix design, the water cement ratio and the proper sample value. So what is water cement ratio? Have you heard? So water cement ratio is nothing but the volume of water to volume of cement which is used for construction work. So when the volume of water to the volume of cement ratio will be in proper manner, the construction, the strength of compressive strength of the building material will be obviously more, obviously good. But when it will not be used in proper manner, then that time the compressive strength will be very less or little bit less. Now we'll go for tell about proper slump. For every building structures, there needs some proper slump value. For proper slump value, like a slab, in slab, 50 mm slump must be there, because 50 mm slump is must be there. For column also 75 to 120 mm slump is required, which is given by IS code book 340 range given is in that book. So slump, if the slump value will be less or more in building materials or structures, it may be collapse after certain few days. Okay, after that few days. Okay. Now the workability. Workability means nothing but it has to be satisfy the transporting. Means nothing but easy to handle, easy to transport. It is workability is nothing but transporting the fresh state of concrete mix to the structures or to the mold, to the frame. Okay, it's only transporting the materials to the site, to the frame. Okay, so durability. Now we go for durability. Durability is nothing but it is lifelong, long lifespan of the structures. Means how much the structure will be lifespan will be. How much the structure will be in proper manner or proper that is only means withstand. How much the structure will be withstand. So long lifespan of structures, it can withstand the weathering action. It can weathering. How much the construction can withstand the weathering action, chemical attack, then corrosion of rainfalls take place, atmospheric agent. Okay. Now maximum nominal size of the aggregate. It is given IS code book 2009 up to 40 mm nominal mix will be used for construction work. Now grading and types of aggregate. What are the gradings and types of aggregate we used for that mix design? The normally we used the size of angular shape of the aggregate or rounded shape of the aggregate in construction work, because this type of aggregates will mostly eliminate the pores, capillary pores. You know about capillary pores. After construction, the concrete wall, inside the concrete wall, there may be have some pores, some air voids that called capillary pores, which after 28 days of curing or after a certain days, the pores will be the air which is inside the pores or the water which is inside the port, it will be evaporated by the temperature variation. In that time, the size of the wall or size of the construction wall will be in decrease, but the strength of the construction wall will be increased. Now quality control. Obviously, it should process the good quality control. So that's all.